Yeah, man. Good evening. Good evening, people. Good evening. Yes, Delvin Sadler is here, and we're waiting for knowledge base Katie. Yeah, waiting for knowledge base Katie because tonight, Friday night, 5 minutes uncut. Yeah, man. 5 minutes uncut. This is our show, knowledge base and I. So therefore, yeah, tonight is a nice night. Where we're gonna have a nice little dialogue tonight, knowledge base and I. Yeah, man, a nice little dialogue debate tonight. Knowledge base KT, Delvin Sadler debates tonight. The US Mexico border wall. Yes, Rasta, you're going to see a nice debate between knowledge base and I tonight. Yeah, man, big up yourself. Big up yourself. Straight up. Yeah, knowledge base. Logging in. Straight up. People, them ready for nice debate tonight. Straight up. Beautiful people. I love you. Beautiful people. This is our show, Knowledge Base and I. 5 minutes uncut. And you're going to get live debate between knowledge base and I tonight.
Yo,
Straight up of the United States of America. Yeah, man, straight up knowledge base KT. How you doing, my brother?
boy, we just are coming from Zion, you know.
I'm coming from Mount Zion.
You hear me?
Yeah, come out of Babylon.
Yeah,
Yeah, come from Babylon.
Straight out of Mount Zion, you know.
No, you're coming from Babylon to Mount, and you're heading to Mount Zion. Which way are you? Are you coming from Mount Zion and heading to Babylon?
Straight into Mount Zion.
Yeah, man, you're heading out of Babylon straight into Mount Zion. Straight up. Yes, knowledge base. So, how was your day today, my brother? Good?
Yeah, it was great, you know.
You know what?
Can't complain.
Before we start talking about the wall, there was a video that I saw circulating, and I did a show on it a couple days ago. What do you think about that school bus driver that attacked the police?
He should be in a casket.
I mean, have you ever seen anything like that?
With wreath, flowers, pallbearers, everything.
Yes.
Listen, man, the rule of law must be upheld.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like the police was doing anything outside his duty.
Your camera turned the wrong way now. Your camera need to turn the next way.
Oh, it needs to turn the next way.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
You can see me better now?
Yeah, man, you get up on camera now. Yeah.
Yeah. Why does he believe that he can assault not only a human being, but somebody who is put in place to carry out the law?
That's it.
And he was in contravene of the law.
Yes. It doesn't matter whether or not the ticket.
It's bad enough that he assaulted a human being, but to assault an officer of the law in the furtherance of his duty,
as a matter of
that's appalling.
I think.
And it's very dangerous what he did.
You know, the man.
And the full brunt of the law must be handed to this person.
Yeah.
Both criminally and civil-wise.
Mm-hmm.
They should sue him as well as lock him up.
Because the officer did nothing to indicate that it was a violent situation. He just...
No, he physically shoved the man and then attack him and then go after the man's service weapon.
Yeah. That was pretty...
He's lucky he's still breathing.
What you say, it should be on a casket with wreath and roses.
Yes, it's not right. That's appalling.
That's appalling.
No normal, decent, well-thinking person would support something like that.
I've never seen anything like that before. You know? Never.
That's atrocious, man. It's disgusting.
And you have some people who are defending his actions, saying that
What people would do that? Which crude of a human being
people
could
I was
support something like
I was reading that some people were saying that he didn't have a knife, he didn't have a gun, so why did the police have to shoot him? You know what I mean? All he had was his hands
that?
against
He's
the gun.
going after the police service weapon.
Mm-hmm.
You, you don't see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw everything. I saw everything. The police should get a medal of honor for his actions because he was quite perfect in everything he
And
did.
what also, Delvin,
Mm-hmm.
he endangered all those people, the bystanders, those people who are defending him, don't realize that the situation he made it so dangerous for innocent people.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the police attempt to protect his own life, he could have shot other people.
Could have. He could have.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we're very lucky that nobody died, including him.
Because if you listen, if you watch the video, when the first shot was fired, they were trying to get him under control or try to subdue him or something, but he kept fighting. And then you heard two more shots after. So this man like him comfort like he wanted to die.
Listen, if he believed that the police is taking his vehicle illegally, there's a course that he can take in the court system
Yeah.
to get back his vehicle, as well as he could file a complaint with whatever governing body that oversee the police
Right.
to get justice. But that's not how you carry out any form of anything. That crudish behavior cannot be supported.
All right, my brother, let's get to the subject matter tonight at hand. We're talking about the wall. The wall. And this is the southern border wall between the United States, linked with Mexico. So, what says you? Do you think there should be a border wall, or are you saying there shouldn't be a border wall?
I think you have the question wrong. The wall already exists.
All right.
There's a
portion of wall that exists because on the Mexico-US border, it is 1,954 miles long, and of that 1,900 of that number, only 654 miles of wall exists right now, or that has barrier. But what they want is an additional 700 miles of wall. So I'm saying to you, the additional amount that they need, do you support that, yes or no?
The answer is no. And the reason is this now. What you need to do, everything has to be analyzed properly. What exactly are they trying to protect when they build this wall? That's the first thing. What is it that they're trying to protect? And the second thing is, how much money is it going to take to build this wall? And how effective will this wall be? And what they're trying to protect as it relates to the wall, from what I have heard in the media, is they want to stop the flow of illegal people, as well as to stop drugs pouring into the United States. From what I understand, a wall would not stop any of those things. Yes, the wall would be a deterrent that if you know there's a wall there, then you probably won't even try to come across because you assume that people are on the other side of the wall. But from what I understand, this would take $7 billion to build. The United States have more dire things to deal with than to build a wall right now for $7 billion or more. I am not. It makes no sense. It's nonsensical. How do you see it?
A wall is needed.
And explain. I gave you an explanation
Yeah,
why it is
yeah.
not needed.
All right. The wall, with the wall, people have to now go around the wall more than likely to places that don't have wall. So with more walls, then you have more protection, and more protection means you don't have people being smuggled into the country. You don't have criminals coming into the country. You don't have drugs coming into the country outside of the ports that they're coming in right now. And you
So
don't have,
what empirical evidence?
hold on. They're actually smuggling kids as well. Where places where there's no wall. So therefore, with a wall, you now reduce the space that smuggling will take place. And then you would have less crime, less violence, less drugs.
Okay. Really though?
Yes, really.
What empirical, what um, what evidence do you have to support that?
Yeah, man, we have evidence here.
Yeah, so give me some stats.
All right.
How much people take them catch across
hold on.
areas that don't have walls?
All right. Illegal trafficking, in illegal traffickers bring 90% of heroin across the southern border from Mexico. 90% of the heroin that come across the southern border, 90% of the heroin in America comes from the southern border. And
we understand that.
What?
But most of this illicit drugs, is coming from through a port of entry.
So, I mean,
unless you're gonna
hold on.
No?
If you want to say that it's coming from the port of entry, what are you saying is that the amount that is unaccountable, accounted for, that don't come to the port of entry, what you're saying that is not relevant?
I'm asking you for the statistics.
Well, you won't be able to give an account for the ones that the statistics of the amount that don't come to the port of entry. You cannot give an account for that. But
hold on a second.
Yes.
Your argument is that because it don't come through the port of entry, it's not recorded.
It's not recorded. Or is it going to be recorded?
Then hold on a second. How does the one that comes through the port of entry record it?
Because they stop it and they calculate based upon the amount of I guess of what they deemed to be scanned or whatever that passed through that they never catch. Then they can get a total of it. That's how I would think that they would come up with it.
Have you ever been to the U.S.-Mexico border?
No.
Do you know what it looks like?
I've seen it on TV.
What would describe it? Most of it.
Some of it have water, some of it have mountains, some of it have land base, some of it have a port of entry. What is it? Huh?
What kind of land?
What it?
Most of the border is desert. Desert. Unless these sophisticated criminals have Humvees and there's nobody in the United States watching the border, then your argument can't hold water.
Why can't hold water now?
What we need, let's move on, because what we need is technology. We need drones. We need more boots on the ground for apprehend these people. We don't need a wall.
So why does a wall work for other countries, but it won't work for the United States?
Which country wall work for?
All right, we got it here. Don't worry. It works in Hungary. It works in Austria. It works in Hungary. It works.
So what are they protecting in Hungary with this wall?
Migrants.
Okay.
Right.
So let me ask you a question. How many migrants are coming into the United States on a monthly basis? Let's say that.
On a monthly basis?
You
can't know.
And what exactly are these migrants doing?
What are they doing? Some are all
Mm-hmm.
right. The ones them that you don't know that come into the country.
Mm-hmm.
It's only when you catch them, you know, right? It's only when you catch them, you know. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Them have some people then call dreamers, right? As
Mm-hmm.
you know, 800,000
Mm-hmm.
of them are there, right? 800,000 of them are there. Those are the ones that actually turn themselves in, you know, under the DACA program that Obama created. Those are the ones that turn themselves in. Imagine
Mm-hmm.
if only 800,000 turn themselves in. These are the ones that are working, law-abiding citizens, or whatever. So, how
Mm-hmm.
many of them that are out there undocumented that came as a child or has been into the country that came in that the system don't even know nothing about them. Them just in the system. How many of them has come in as also committed crimes in jail, but because of the what do you call it now? Sanctuary policies, they're not even given to the Custom and Border Agency. How many of them are out there? Plenty of them.
So what's your point? You're saying that these illegal people
Right.
are
Like it's everything, like how you
criminals?
have your
Hold on.
house.
Hold
Go
on.
ahead.
You made a point, and I need to understand what you're trying to say.
Yes.
Are you saying that if you are illegal in a country, that means that you're committing
No,
crime?
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that you don't know, you don't know if a criminal is illegal until you actually catch them. Right?
You can say that
You
about
don't know.
anybody.
But the risk,
No. But you can say that about
you
anybody,
can say it about,
legal or
but no, but
illegal.
here's what I'm saying to you is that why take the risk when you're trying to secure your citizens?
What risk? What risk is there?
This risk of crime, violence, people, do, I mean, smuggling drugs, all of these things exist.
So what you're saying is that only Mexican, because a
No,
Mexican
no,
you have
no,
to
no,
have
wrong,
Central
wrong.
American.
It could be anybody that uses the border.
So who live across the border?
No, then you don't see the migrant caravan coming from Honduras, El
I said
Salvador.
Mexican, Central American.
What's that?
I said Mexicans and Central Americans.
It could be people
So
from the
those
Caribbean.
are the
It could be people from the Caribbean too. It could be
So
people
you're saying
from
that people in
it could be people from the Middle East. It could be people from Africa. It could be people from Asia. It could be people from Europe. It could be anybody.
so what you say is that Mexico is a lawless society where that invite people in from anywhere in the world and says border is free, come go to the United States.
No, you've got coyotes who are there who are bringing
Yes,
across.
in a sense.
What?
So the coyotes, based on your argument, the coyotes are the central government in Mexico.
Well,
and Mexico is not a sovereign state. We have them own government, own immigration, own federalists, police, local police. Mexico no nobody. Your eyes.
no, I'm not saying they're not
So
anybody, but as you know, a lot of
country. Hold on, I'm finish. Yeah. Mexico just let anybody in them country and tell them say go up at the southern
so
border of the US.
You don't see that coming. You don't see the people them overrunning the people them at Guatemala, or to overrun them in on the Mexico border, and then enter the country illegally. You don't see that.
No, they have probably a bilateral agreement with the other Central American countries. Hold on, why don't you? Just like how you have CARICOM, you may have a free movement of people in Central America, and that's why they can come to Mexico whenever they feel like it. Okay?
Some of them.
As it relates, hold on a second. As it relates to the United States, they have a right to protect their border. The argument here is if building a wall the most efficient way of spending $7 billion. That's what is at stake here.
All right, let me show you that.
I'm not saying they shouldn't defend their country. It's theirs.
According to Oh boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm?
The Israeli government built a wall,
Yeah.
and when they build their walls, um, actually, I mean, a lot of less rockets start fired. People, people that actually the number of bombing fell, and the country's barrier protect them from people who just come across and kill people. So therefore, the barrier is a deterrent, and it also is a security mechanism. So it works for them. Macedonia themselves, them build a wall too to prevent migrants from coming in. And when they build their walls, 90% of the migrants decrease. So if it works for them, why it can't work for the United States of America? Unless you're saying that open borders for everybody to come into the United States is what's required.
I never said that. I'm saying that spending $7 billion on a wall is not the most efficient way to protect against what you're trying to stop.
Why is that? Hello? 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 Knowledge base, you're gone. Yeah, people, yeah, man. It's a nice little dialogue. You know, knowledge base have some very good points. Yeah. So forget about knowledge base. Yeah, knowledge base Katie, where are you? Yeah, alright. See me, him come back. Yeah man, you cut off, but him come back. Yeah, brother.
Yeah,
Yeah, come back.
somebody called me a while ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what did I say now?
Yeah. You see the what
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that I don't believe that's the most efficient way to spend $7 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to protect the country? Or are you trying to isolate a whole population of brown people?
No, not really. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah.
You know that there is a drug problem in the United States. The other day I hear you say
there's always a drug problem in the United States
there's,
and a Mexico drug problem in the United States.
last year 72
United
last year 72,000 people. Sorry, 2017, 72,000 people died from fentanyl.
Yeah.
72,000.
And a Mexico defense.
And that was up 10% from 2016.
So you can put all of that problem at Mexico's doorstep.
Hold on. No, I'm not putting all of that problem at Mexico's doorstep. But as I said before, 90% of the heroin comes in from Mexico. You understand? Most of the fentanyl come from China, right? So they must have a broader, what do you call it now? Broader scope in dealing with that, and one of those is the border, is the wall as well. Yeah, and you're saying about the 5 point something million dollar. If illegal drugs cost the United States and the taxpayers $500 billion a year. $500 billion a year it costs the United States. Just
cost them how? Cost them how?
To actually deal with it.
What do you mean? You
as
can't
far
just
as
deal with
as far as programs to combat the spread of it, the source of it, investigation of it, deal with drug addicts, rehabilitation center, the whole scope where it comes, it costs $500 billion to the taxpayer. So if you can
Where you
actually
get that, where you get that number from?
DHS, yeah, Department of
Yeah,
Homeland Security, yeah.
you have to cite it somewhere.
We'll just quote it from the DHS.
Yeah, like which website you get it from?
Department of Homeland Security.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is sourced through Breitbart News.
Go ahead.
This personal statistic is sourced through Breitbart News. Quoted from the Department of Homeland Security.
So let me ask you a
question. Yeah, go ahead.
So we seal the southern border, right?
You can't seal it. It's impossible to
seal. No, we seal it. 100% seal it. We don't even let nothing not come through. Not even legal things don't come through.
You can't seal the border 100%. That is impossible.
Just hold on. This is a hypothetical.
Go ahead.
All right? You seal the border 100%, lock off Mexico. Are you saying that people in the United States will just stop doing drugs?
No, I'm not saying that.
So my point is, irrespective of if you build a wall, a good wall or a bad wall, people are gonna find a way to get drugs no matter what. So you demonizing a whole population and a whole country don't make any sense.
You're not demonizing anything. No.
Of course, that's what
you're not
demonizing
anybody.
Of course, that's what you're doing.
No.
You're demonizing. All right, so why don't you build a wall up in Canada?
I don't see any problem with that.
So drugs don't come across the Canadian border?
Sure it does.
And drugs don't come through the airports?
A lot of it comes through the airports.
So what is your point?
My point is this.
My point is
this. If a wall is deemed necessary by the border security agents, then the people them should have them wall.
So all border security agents say wall must be?
No, I mean based upon the interviews that I've seen and also the percentage of the people that supported 41%, and the fact that both the Democrats, hold on, let me finish first. Both the Democrats and the Republicans support border wall and border security. I think it would actually help to deter some of the problems that they have with crime and violence and drugs.
No, that doesn't make no sense.
Why not make no sense?
If your solution is only to build a wall to stop the flow of drugs in the United States, you just waste $7 billion.
No, I don't think, in conjunction with other things, such as what you had mentioned earlier, with the technology, scanning, all of these things, yeah, in conjunction with that, with all of those things, yeah, it can help even more.
So this is the number one priority of the United States right now. Bigger than education, bigger than healthcare, bigger than...
I don't think it's the number one priority right now. It's been highlighted because what happened is that
it's been highlighted because
it's become a political issue.
Let's stop. Let's take the veil off now.
Yeah.
Your president has decided that this is a political carrot that he's gonna give his base, and he's gonna go hell bent on whatever it takes to make this wall into existence. The wall already exists. There is a wall between the United States and Mexico.
Yeah, there's 670 miles of it.
So he believes a $7 billion can build a wall right across the United States border.
No, $25 billion to build the wall. $7 million is needed in this budget to actually build the amount that they want to build right now.
So you don't see some level of lunacy in what he's trying to do?
What do you mean?
You don't know what the word lunacy means?
No.
Craziness.
No, I don't see that. No. How is it crazy?
Buffoonery.
Because what I'm saying is that, all right, the same Chuck Schumer and 26 other Democrats that are in power right now, that are in Congress and the Senate right now, voted for the wall before.
It's not voted for the wall, they voted for border security, which
include the wall.
Hold on, why don't you let me
Yeah, go
speak?
ahead.
It includes repairing of the existing wall
No.
and putting up additional fences where it is required. It don't say wholesale build wall right across
What maybe
the
you and
length
I are
and breadth.
talking about
There
some.
are areas.
No, you and I are talking about something different. In the George Bush administration, then Senator Obama and Clinton, along with Senator Schumer and 26 of those that are there right now, had voted for border wall funding. So now they're saying it's immoral to even have a wall now. So how is it immoral to have a wall now? And you thought that a wall was needed then. The only reason why you're saying that is because of the man that is in power. Huh? What kind of flip-flopping is that now? You're saying it's immoral, no wall is needed. Yes,
They never said no wall is
they
not
said
needed.
that because Trump now says
They never said that.
the president Nancy
They never
Pelosi.
said that.
Nancy
They
Pelosi.
said that building a wall across the length and breadth
you're wrong.
of the border between Mexico and the U.S. is lunatic.
No,
it's lunatic.
No, Nancy Pelosi says a border wall is immoral. That is what I'm quoting her words. That's what her words were. Yes, right. Now they're saying she's giving zero funding for the wall. But what they're now saying is that
that's not true.
No, hold on, man.
They gave them $1 billion for border security. Hold on, man. This is something that is incorrect, and I have to correct it.
What Mr.
Right now, they gave $1 billion for border security, which means they can either hire people with it, spend it on technology, or spend it on a wall. They want $5.3 billion.
No, they gave it for actually repairing what the existing structure that is there, and to also add border scanners, or what do you call now, drones and all of these things. But additional wall building, there's zero funding for that. As a matter of fact, she said $1 she'd be okay in giving for that. $1. She said that straight up. And now the committee that they're now forming is now looking at it more to see what they can do that the president will agree with. So somebody's going to have to break their word. Somebody will have to break their words. We're knowledge-based gone again. People knowledge-based. Big up yourself, Andrea. I love you, girl. Yeah. Knowledge-based gone again. You know? Because sure, bring him back again. Yeah. Invited. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Yeah, man, people. Bless up yourself. Yeah, man, thanks for joining. It's a good conversation we have. And it's good to have these conversations because a lot of people are actually taking sides based upon their political affiliation without knowing the facts. Straight up. Thanks for streaming. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You're reasonable. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. How you doing, Steven? Yeah, man. So a lot of people are taking sides based upon their political affiliation without actually knowing what's actually going on. At least you get to know, see it from knowledge-based left-sided thinking and Delvin right-sided thinking, and you can formulate your own opinions. You understand? At the end of the day, most people don't change, but dialogue is good, and I recommend that everybody dialogue about this because America is a sovereign country, in my opinion. I don't think anybody should determine their affairs, but they should actually sit down and talk and dialogue. So maybe a combination of everything is good. You help out some of the people who are illegal because the Democrats, their goal is to get every undocumented people legal and citizens so that they can now become a part of their voting base. They can understand from a political point of view. And Trump is saying, no, we want to keep illegals out because illegals affect the economy, you know, the prospect of people coming in and commit crimes, bringing in drugs, you know what I mean? If you reduce the risk, then, you know, it's better for the citizens. So his aim is to just protect his own citizens. And as you can see, when they start deporting illegals, what happens is that the economy picks up now, because a lot of the jobs that the illegals are taking are undercutting, are underpaying, are not even paying taxes, are actually a lot of jobs that minorities are now filling. You know, a lot of people who thought that they never had hope or chance, they are now getting an opportunity to actually, you know, build a resume now, because now they can now get entry level job and start to work. 5 billion people alone came off welfare since Trump has taken power. 5 million people, and a lot of them are minorities and Mexicans. You know what I mean? Not Mexicans. What do you call it now? Hispanic Americans. A lot of them, and everybody wants to work. But if you feel like there's no work, or there's no prospect of you working, the system is what you turn to. So no, Trump is now getting rid of the people now who are doing these low-level jobs, not paying taxes, undercutting, bring down labor costs, and now getting rid of them out of the country. And now the citizens can now work. So there is now a surplus of jobs in America. Surplus of jobs. And all of these people, by hook or crook, are going to want to try to get into the country. And the man said, no, no, we want the world. You understand? You don't have to agree, but that's the perspective from the right. Yeah, the more security you have, it's better. Yeah. Let's see if we can get knowledge base side. Yeah, knowledge base. I don't know what's going on. Log out and log back in, knowledge base. Knowledge base, log out and log back in, please. Yeah, man. Straight up. Yeah, man, people. So if you can't hear Delvin, press something, because I don't know what. The room is stuck at that number, and also I'm not here seeing anybody typing. I don't know where knowledge base is. Yeah, man, because we're having a nice dialogue here. We need to finish this conversation. But it's pretty good, because I got a lot more things here to cover that I want to cover as well. Yeah, man. All right, knowledge base is back. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Straight up. Yeah. Straight up. Believe it. Yeah, knowledge base. I want to go on. You know what the problem is?
I listen to you just now on a long soliloquy of bullshit.
The problem is that people are call your phone, you know, and people call your phone, they get
Yeah, man.
off.
Every time they call my phone, something.
Huh? Okay, yeah.
Every time they call my phone,
Yeah, when
cut
people
off.
call your phone,
But I listen to you just now on a long soliloquy of bullshit.
Bullshit, eh? Go ahead, make your answer now.
About unemployment, and you delve into some area where I don't think you fully have all the information. A little bit of knowledge can be very dangerous.
Okay, what is the what correct what I was saying?
You made an argument about illegal people causes unemployment in low skill labor.
Not only low skill, trade labor, a lot of trade labor as well.
So what you're saying is that people in the United States go out just to hire illegals.
A lot of people do.
Yeah, and they go out to hire illegals, and these illegals drive down the wages. Yeah,
that is correct.
So when they drive down the wages, so let's take an argument. Farming industry. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you use these people for pick your carrots, cut your cabbage, and it come to your neighborhood supermarket. So now, if you get rid of them, yeah, and you're gonna hire Delvin now for root up the carrot and cut the cabbage. How much of a pound of cabbage or a pound of carrot?
No, we're not saying that. Hold on. Let me use the example that I would say now. Let's say you're a bricklayer now. You do tiles, okay? And you know that the union now charges $26 for their members to do tiles. And you
Yeah, me, I
have
hear you.
this bricklayer now that is an illegal, right? That
Mm-hmm.
you know through, as you know, people know people. And you get this bricklayer
Mm-hmm.
now and come in and say, okay, I'll do the tiles for you for $14 an hour. Because
Mm-hmm.
him not pay no taxes now. He doesn't have to know. He doesn't have to worry about um deductions from his pay. He's getting a flat $14 an hour, so him feel nice. So he comes and he
Mm-hmm.
lays your house, your brick, your
Mm-hmm.
tiles. Job
Mm-hmm.
done. Nobody knows.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. The government don't get for them their portion of it.
Mm-hmm.
And now the labor person who was supposed to do the job, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because they went to school, have a trade thing, they don't now get that job. Yeah, that's a job that should have been to a skilled trade professional. You don't agree on that?
Mm-hmm.
And this illegal
I agree
person
that.
now takes this job. So if you now get rid of this illegal person that is doing that job, you have no choice now but to use the qualified person that is now licensed to do these jobs. Would you agree to that?
No.
Why you won't agree?
The market must dictate. If I am a person who is building houses and there's a person there that will lay the brick for $14 or tiles, and the one that will blow it for $21, I'm gonna choose the man that's there for 14. Let me
Right.
finish. Let you speak. I will take whatever the market can bear. If you then push the illegal man out, or whomever is selling their labor cheaper, then what will in turn will happen is that the houses that are being built, you yourself cannot afford those houses. So we don't live in a vacuum.
So what you're saying is that you're endorsing illegal help.
I'm not endorsing
So now I'm
anything.
just asking you, based upon your statement just now.
I'm not
No,
endorsing
I'm just
anything.
asking you.
I'm
Which
telling
side are you on? Are
that
you on the side of illegal help? Are you on the side of legal help?
I'm on the side of free market and free will.
So you're basically endorsing illegal work help then, or illegal people.
Again, I'll repeat myself. I'm not gonna check if a person is legal or
What do you
illegal
mean?
when they enter. They're doing my work.
So what you're saying that you personally would hire someone illegal to work for you then?
Again,
I'm asking you.
I'm not
from a
checking a
knowledge-based
person.
perspective.
Yes.
You would hire an illegal help to do work for you.
How would I know if the person is illegal?
What do you mean?
Someone
So
comes
you don't
to me
sign
and say
a contract.
Hold on, stop. Yeah. A contractor come to my house and say he want to redo my basement. Yeah. Him show me him portfolio, the work we him do. I check him references. Should I then check his legal status in Canada?
What the contractor?
Yeah,
the contractor. So you are now doing you're now doing a contract with this contractor. You don't check his license to make sure that he's a licensed contractor before
you don't have to have a license for do work.
To do what?
You don't have to have a license for do any farmer work.
To do, you mean construction and
you don't have
electrical work and all these things, no?
To pass a house with electrical, you need an electrician, yes. But somebody where the drywall or somebody where do it's up to you if you want him do it in your house. It might not pass.
Right.
Because you need somebody to sign off on it. But if somebody's just doing drywall or doing framing or doing tiles, you don't need no special certification for that.
Sorry about that. Huh? So you would hire somebody with a so you would hire somebody that is not licensed.
Again, I will hire whomever gives me the best work at the best price.
That is why you're a proponent for illegals. Yeah, that is why that is why you're defending them.
I'm not a proponent for anything.
That is why you're defending them so much, knowledge base. I can understand now. I can understand now why you're defending them so much, and you're
quickly.
Huh? So let me ask you another question then. All right.
Quickly.
With regards to the people them that goes through the legal way of entering into a country, you don't feel that those people who are entering the United States or someone else boundaries or border, that they should be prevented from doing so?
Of course, it's against the
It's
law.
against the law.
Who can?
And
Yeah.
and do you deem that a wall is possible, can help with the security of that?
Yeah, in some cases, yes.
So what is wrong with them wanting the president wanting a wall?
The president is an idiot.
He's not an idiot.
There's already a wall. There is already a wall. He
was voted for, and based upon it, one of his promised to his voting base
constituents.
Yes, he soon had that in there that he would put the wall. He would have the wall. So why do you think that? Because the other side don't want a wall, that he's an idiot for wanting a wall?
I didn't say he's an idiot for wanting it. Why don't you listen? You never listen to me. Idiot. Yes, because you're saying he wants a wall, and I'm saying a wall already exists.
No, he wants addition to what's there.
So basically, he has determined, based on I don't know what argument, that there is some return on reduction of crime. So there's some equation: more wall equal less crime.
That is true.
More wall equal less illegal
crossing. Let me ask you a question then. All right.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's gangs that could quite possibly be coming up from Central America or Mexico?
Gangs are coming from everywhere.
Do you think that some of them are entering America illegally and not through port of entries? Do you think that is possible?
That's quite possible.
All right. So what you're saying is that if the wall would help to deter one or stop one person, it's not worth it.
No.
No, it's not worth it, eh?
It's not worth it because in the United States, Delvin, right. Yeah, you behave as if the United States is some form of outlaw territory, and these people, when they come in the United States, the law enforcement in the United States cannot deal with them.
No, sometimes people dead before the law enforcement get to them.
Because so your argument is that everybody that is illegal is a potential vicious person.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying is that.
But that's all your argument.
No. I'm not saying that.
Your argument is all about that.
No, that's not my argument. I'm saying is that if it reduces crime and violence, reduces.
How so?
Listen. What do you mean, oh so?
The hearts of man are evil, whether they are Mexican, white, black, Chinese, Indian, Eskimo. It doesn't matter who you are.
Do you really think that
is there a place? Hold on a second. Is there a place on earth where there's zero crime?
No, I mean, no.
And are you saying that the Mexicans are more vicious than people from Netherlands, or people from Sweden, or people from Scandinavia?
No, I'm not.
If the United States border with the Scandinavians and not the Mexicans, would you want this wall?
Sure.
These are the questions you need to ask. Because your president, hold on. Your president called these countries shithole countries, and then went on to say that he would prefer people from Sweden.
Okay.
So if Mexico was Sweden, then there would be an open border policy.
As a matter of fact, I think we Canadians need a wall from America.
Okay.
Because they're just walking across our border. You don't see the immigration problem we have right now. Huh? You don't see it?
Okay.
You don't see it?
And what is causing that?
Well, people are trying to
What
run
is
away from Donald. They're trying to run away from America and running up here. Huh? I mean, and Justin is saying, we'll take you. So if that's the case, I think we need a wall. We need a wall to combat that. But as long as Justin's around, he will never even contemplate that.
Delvin, I am for protecting the border. I am for law and the justice system, but I don't think it's worth spending $7 billion for nothing.
$7 billion is peanut compared to the savings you're going to get.
What savings? Did you know that there
even if it's one life that is saved,
hold on
it's
a
worth
second.
it.
Illegal entry has been declining over the last 10 years.
Drug epidemic has gone up.
Where you figure that?
I just read it to you that it went up 10%.
Where you get that statistic?
It went up 10%. It went up 10% from 2016 to 2017.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know where I get that statistic.
And not only that, a lot of sex workers are being smuggled through the U.S. southern border into the United States and working as sex slaves.
Yeah.
From Texas alone, ICE deported nearly 2,000 illegal sex offenders. Sex offenders alone, last year. Yes, sex offenders, people who rape people and all of these things. 2,000 alone they deported last year alone from Texas alone. That is from Texas alone.
So, based on your argument, because I don't know why you're telling me this, people that are legal in the United States don't get charged on sexual crimes.
Of course, they get charged.
Then why are you bringing that up?
Huh? We're talking about the sovereignty of the borders, and you have to deal with your citizens, and you are supposed to protect your citizens as well. If you have additional people coming into the country now doing these things illegally, undocumented, then therefore these people should be actually be deported.
Get one more. There'll be an argument no own no water. Why?
Water and they're illegal people committing crime and violence. You want that? Let me ask you a question. If a sex offender, if you find out that a sex offender was living beside you and they're illegal, how would you react to that?
I would want the police to arrest them and then go to prison.
And all this time, your daughters were there. Your daughter, your mother, and everybody, every day. And if nobody does anything about it, because this catch and release process now, it could have been catch and release and not given over to ICE or anybody like that. Or would you?
So, based on your argument, people who were born in the United States, based on your argument and what you're trying to hold and convince me, don't commit sex crime.
I'm not saying that.
And they don't live next door to me.
I'm not saying that.
I can't live next door to me. Only criminal elements from Mexico.
Wrong.
And 2,000 of them get arrested last year and got deported. So you're flinging out statistics. So how many not American-born people were arrested for the same crime?
I'm sure a lot more than that in Texas.
So what's your argument?
I'm just saying is that it's the government's job to protect its citizens, and even though your citizens are that, they can do time in prison. But the ones that came into the country, those ones, if you never let them in the first place, then you wouldn't have them to be a part of the statistics. Therefore,
really?
they wouldn't be a part of the addition of it if they were denied entry into the country. Yeah, in Texas alone, nearly in Texas, in nearly 1,000 children were sexually assaulted by illegal people last year in the United States.
Oh, yeah. So only illegal people are sexually
What we're talking
children,
about is the statistics that exist as it is. And if the statistics are
so there are no statistics that exist for people who are natural born Americans.
Of course they are.
Then why are you bringing it up? That's my point. That doesn't make any sense.
I'm talking about the point of the border wall and what you're trying to keep out. You understand? So if you're
not trying to keep out anything, what you're trying to do is to demonize people. and make it seem as if there's some alien that live across there. 99% of the people from Mexico, Central America, are good, decent people.
So the people that are coming in, why can't they all come in at a port of entry? Aren't you supportive of that?
Yes, I am supportive of that.
Right. So if there are people that are now coming in at
why don't you let me answer that question?
Go ahead.
Why don't you let me answer that question?
I thought you answered.
No, I did not. You didn't give me a chance.
You said yes.
There is a long line to get into the United States legally.
So what you're saying? Let's hear what you have to say now.
And
yeah,
people are desperate. People have their families to feed. People are fleeing prosecution. People are fleeing gangs.
So if you were fleeing gangs...
Listen, the world is not a vacuum. If you have a balloon and one part of the balloon have a hole in it, and you plug that hole, and then another part get another hole, and another part, another hole. When people are desperate times, desperate measure. So, I don't blame them.
You don't blame them for coming in at illegal entry, illegally entering in the United States, and you don't blame them.
Everybody have their own thing to deal with.
So what you're saying is that if you're saying that they're fleeing prosecution and they want jobs and all of these things, if you're coming from say Honduras, wouldn't you want to know if you're running from prosecution and gangs and all of these things? Wouldn't you go in the first country that is peaceful and safe, in your opinion, which is Guatemala?
Guatemala is not peaceful and
How you know that? Safe. If you're running from your neighborhood, where you consider...
I've seen the news.
All right, so you wouldn't go to... All right, so you pass Guatemala. You wouldn't go to Mexico then and ask for asylum there then?
They want to go to the United States.
Why the United States then?
Because the United States have exploited every country in the world.
So that is it. So it's a... So they're exploiting the United States then?
How did the United States get rich in the first place, Delvin?
Tell me knowledge.
You ever ask yourself?
Tell me knowledge base. Can you ever tell me by attacking country and expense wars to them and all of these things and becoming debt, capture land? Go ahead.
No. 400 years of slavery. Unpaid labor, uncompensated labor.
Okay.
Have made them into a very powerful nation.
Okay. And what's your point?
My point is,
so
where there's corruption, there must be a eruption.
So there's only the United States that this take place in. This.
No, I never said that.
Yeah, okay.
But the United States act as if like they just got mighty all by themselves with nobody's help. Right? And as such, it has to be protected, and these outside people have not contributed anything, and they don't support, they don't add any form of value, and they are some form of alien, and they must be isolated and
I don't think they're saying that in the knowledge base. They're not saying that.
What are they?
What they're saying is that the country have laws and it has rules, and they must enforce the laws and the rules that are on the books. What a lot of the other side is saying, don't enforce the laws that are on the books.
The other side not
They're
saying
saying
that.
that with their sanctuary cities, if you're enforcing the laws on the book, when you
Why do you think they have sanctuary cities, Delvin?
why they're sanctuary cities?
Mm-hmm.
Explain that to me, because I don't know why.
So that people who are living in the shadows can have access to healthcare, they can have access to education, and they can have access to the same laws. Most illegal people, Delvin, afraid to go to the doctor. Most illegal people afraid we get raped. You talk about rape statistic. Why don't you talk about the statistic of illegal people who get raped and can't report it because they're afraid to get deported?
Well, that it does exist like everything else. Maybe they should go back to their country where they, yeah.
Oh, where they're not getting raped. That's your answer to it.
So, no, here's what I'm saying, knowledge base. So what you're saying is that when a person commit crime in a certain university and they refuse to turn them over to the border enforcement agency, that is also one of the right thing for the sanctuary city to do.
Of course, it is. If somebody commit a crime, there's laws in that country for either A, put them in prison, or for a very long time. You act like, say, boy, illegal people commit crime, the judicial system don't deal with them.
Yeah, but
anybody who commit a crime, dealt with.
Yes. So you're saying that. So you're saying that they're now a permanent resident, even though they're illegal.
They're a resident of that particular city.
Even though
so they contribute to it and they pay taxes there. The illegal people.
They do?
Yes,
I
they do.
I didn't know that. How they do that?
Okay, you want me to break it down for you? Tell me. You want me to break it down for you?
If you want to tell me, say,
so it's illegal. Hold on a second. You ask me a question, Delvin, I'm giving you an answer.
Yeah, go ahead. If that you tell me.
No, I'm not you say well.
Yeah?
Go ahead. You say yes,
they buy clothes, they buy food, they buy this.
Listen, they pay property tax, income tax, state tax, sales tax, then pay every tax.
They pay income tax?
Of course they do.
I didn't know that.
So if a man are working at somebody's name, him not pay tax?
So what do you mean they're working in somebody's name? You're assuming they're working in somebody's name. You're assuming that.
In some cases they are.
Assuming. Most of them are working for cash.
They're paying property taxes.
Why? Because they're paying rent.
Yes. A portion of the rent that you pay go to property taxes,
I
no?
know you're not good at so, but please.
No, that's in the way I say no make sense.
It does make that part makes sense, but the overall aspect of it.
They pay sales taxes.
Yeah. So what I'm telling you,
if they have a driver's license and they go to the DMV, they have to pay for their what do you call it now, license.
So let me ask you another question. Let me ask you another question, knowledge please.
Yeah, ask me another question.
Yes. So let's say you are working, you're a businessman, right?
Yeah, I'm a businessman.
You're working in your company, and you find out that an illegal person is working there, right? And you're paying your 45% income tax for your pay based upon your salary.
Yes, by your salary.
Based upon your salary, you have to pay 45% income tax. And you realize that a person that is there is not paying income tax, but is actually getting comparable salary as you. You'd be okay with that?
That's impossible. They can't get comparable. If I would be okay with that, if somebody is...
Put it in a construction term then.
Mm-hmm.
You are a laborer. Another laborer beside you is working comparable income to you, but them not pay tax. Should they be okay with that?
That would be an idiot. Then be the one work under the table too.
You just say, let me work at the table too.
Yeah, if the company allow that, then of course, you're an idiot.
So
if companies allowing that, Delvin, that the company give it the option. You can either be on the books or off the books. It's the same thing. I'm not an idiot. I'm gonna go off
You're
the
gonna go off the
books.
book.
So what's your
You're
point?
gonna no. That's what I have to say. Oh, you would deal with that. If you would be okay with that.
That's how I would deal with it. And the company decide to do that. It's not me. I don't have any control over what
So
them do.
you would prefer to be shown as no income for so many amount of years. You're not contributing to your
if it
Canada
benefits,
pension,
if it benefits,
your old age security, you'll be okay with that.
That's if it benefits me, then yes.
All right.
It's my personal choice, right?
Yeah.
Because the company give me that option, no?
Yeah. All right. I mean, I just understand your point of view. You know, I personally, I wouldn't be okay with that.
Yeah? Why you wouldn't be okay with it?
You know why I wouldn't be okay with it? Because, you know, what I'm saying is that I actually, as you would point out to me before, you point this out to me before, so I'm going to make it be known, so you point this out. You go university, and you get a degree. You remember you tell me that, you know? Eh? And these people who never go through where you have to go to achieve the qualification and building of your resume, now there's no comparison when it comes to being equally compensated for all of that.
But Delvin, there's no way somebody, based on your argument.
No, that was your argument.
Yeah, that is my argument. But in that case, the market would dictate what the person is worth. Yeah, so somebody who is illegal, there's no way he might get paid the same amount.
How do you know?
Impossible.
All right, let me show you something. Not because they're not getting, say, if you're getting 50,000 and they're getting, say, 35,000, is that comparable or not?
It's comparable, yes.
That is comparable.
I know, maybe in some cases, no. No, you know
why?
It's not comparable. Because they don't have access to healthcare. You can't put a price on that. They don't have access to unemployment insurance. You have to put a price on that.
You're paying for that.
Yeah, I'm paying for it. He won't get anything.
You won't get anything.
If
he
we are separated tomorrow, hold on, let me finish. If we are separated tomorrow from that company, as long as I have all my hours in, I will be paid at least 10 months of unemployment insurance. He, the illegal person, would have to fend for himself.
That is true. But what I'm saying to you is that from the point of view of you being taxed to what he is getting, that is comparable.
Yes, I know.
It is comparable.
Yes, I know.
If you want to look at the possibility of layoffs and all of these other things you want to talk about, then that is just that is just something that is futuristic. But at the current junction, they're comparable to you. If not even some of them even better than you.
I don't think so.
Yeah?
No. Then if that is the case, then they would want to stay illegal forever. I don't know of no illegal person who wants to stay illegal.
They don't want
you know of any?
Illegal, but what
unless they're a criminal. And even when they're a criminal, they want to get them papers.
All right.
So your argument now hold on.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying it as far from a labor point of view, that they're undercutting labor costs drastically.
All right. These people are needed in some sectors of the society.
Legally. The farm working program is good. What's wrong with that? If that is what you want to say, Canadians or Americans don't want to be work on farms. They don't want to get their hands dirty and all of these things. What's wrong with the legal way of importing labor through the legal means?
And Delvin, then what you need to ask yourself now is why the government don't issue more permits for people to do that work. Why does somebody have to come here illegal to do it?
Because a lot of people, it's not that they won't issue the permit, but if, as you said, you can now get it what do you call it now? Undercut that system by getting it cheaper. A lot of them are going that route. Is it right? No, I don't think it's right. I think it's wrong. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's wrong. But every system is not perfect. But you can slowly improve on the system by tightening your security. Hence, eventually make an effort to try to fix the broken problems.
Mm-hmm.
That is my opinion.
I don't think a wall will do that though.
I think a wall in conjunction with the technology and scanning device and other things will help.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah,
too.
I think so.
But a wall by itself
No,
won't
a
do
wall
that.
by itself cannot help. I believe that. So the Democrats, they want more judges, more scanning, more drones, and all of these things. Yes, I agree with that too. But you shouldn't just because you want these things, saying that a wall in certain places, addition to what's there, is also not required. I believe it's also required.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe that. So it's a combination of both sides coming together. And they're in a meeting right. They have a group focus group form right now. I hope they can actually see that. And I think that will be what they come
Mm-hmm.
back with. That a combination of both is what's needed.
Keep ordering it.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with that? I don't think anything wrong with that.
Oh, grandma's.
No, I don't think anything wrong with that either.
Yeah, man. So how you doing? You good?
Yeah, man, no good see you, man. So where are you?
No, we're there. So I'm working in the morning.
So we're challenge next week.
Oh, next week? We want to do something local about something in the Caribbean. I think about it still. But we make it know in a week. Yeah, man.
So I'll come up on unscripted.
Oh. The girls them like them thing. So, some girls thing I over talk about in a week. Mm.
Some girls
Yeah,
thing.
man, some girls thing.
Girls down and girls all around and girls up on the catwalk and them a come down.
Yeah, man, some girl thing, some man and thing, man with girls thing. Yeah, what kind of things would you, yeah, would you try that is new that you haven't tried before? Things like that. Yeah, man, the people that like them kind of kinky, freaky kind of things there. And I know you're kind of game them there.
No, not my something.
Yeah, I know you're kind of thing them there. But so a long weekend, what you gonna do? You're gonna go for the weekend or?
This is a long weekend?
No, a long weekend. I mean, a weekend. Go.
Oh. No, I don't go out. I go to work.
Say in the next what 2-3 weeks. Prophet he called me. I said, boy, we should get together and do something. We should do something. I think we can organize something for the next 3-4 weeks or so.
Sir, my sister keep a dance in New York.
Oh yes.
Weekend of the 15th of March.
Yeah. A long weekend?
I don't think it is,
Oh, a long time I not go to New York,
Yeah, remember we used to do them New York.
Yeah, I'm half the weekend or two.
Then I could drive over there,
I could confirm it, because I could confirm it. We'll talk after the year, but
alright.
Talk after the year. No problem with that. It won't prevent you from going across the border or anything,
I have a passport, and I'm not a criminal. So I don't have to smuggle across. So what say you?
Delvin is a law-abiding person, and I don't believe in the breaking of no law. No. Bonfire for lawbreakers. Don't do that already. Yeah, man. We try to uphold the law all the time.
So maybe we can fly down to the southern border and take a look down there, and see all the illegal crossing that is going on.
Yeah. I see it on TV, but
what you see the illegal crossing are going?
I see it on because people try to climb all the wall. Go on. Yeah, man, you never see it? Yeah, I watch the wrong news.
No.
I saw it on Fox News and I saw it on the internet. Go on the internet, you'll see it.
You said no wall not there, so wall is there.
The wall is there. Wall is there. Wall is needed. More wall is needed. And a lot more other things are needed.
Well, less wall is needed.
And they need to,
We need to build bridges and don't build wall, you know?
well, a lot of bridges are there too.
Yeah, build some
And that,
bridges, less wall.
you need more wall, more wall, more walls, and more love.
More bridge, more bridge,
More
more
love,
love.
because the citizens need to come together. It's a divided country. I don't know why they're so divided, but they need to be more together.
They're divided because you have divided them.
No, not really. No, the divide started last year.
Rhetoric
The
about
divide started when the Obama presidency was there. They tried to turn the
you drink
citizens
Kool-Aid that up.
against the citizens against police.
You drink that Kool-Aid that up.
They tried to turn the citizens against the police, which caused a big divide in the country. And it
Oh, okay.
moves on to the election, where people start to call people name and all these things, homophobe, xenophobe, and all of these kind.
What about pussy grabbers?
That is locker room talk, but
Lock
yeah, I
out
don't
that.
encourage that though. I know.
Okay. The assault, the physical assault of a female
No,
by grabbing her genitalia without her
you
asking
know that
to
I've
be
never
grabbed.
heard a lady came out and said that he did that to them, but
A woman said man molested her on an
who?
aircraft, and his argument was
Which woman
that
that?
an older person. She said that the man did it, and another lady come out and said him grab it in a nightclub.
Oh, you saying?
And then him said everybody will come out, lawsuit against everybody after election. After election, nothing will come. No
Let
law.
me know what we're gonna talk about next week. Let's talk about the Virginia situation. What do you think?
Oh, blackface.
And I'm only having a problem now. I don't know. And the lieutenant governor, and also the third in command. Who is that now? The attorney general.
Give me a cooler,
yeah? The chairman. Yeah. All three of them, so them black, two of them blackface and one sexual assault. We talk about that next week.
All right, then, sir.
You see, people's past can be brought back against them after so many years, even when it was so innocent. Even when it's so innocent.
After so many years of blackfacing, this is what has come to pass.
But he said it's one time he did it.
One time too much.
Yeah. Even though it was a acting situation.
Yeah, the white face.
In an acting situation where he was doing.
No, ask if you are the white face.
Me, I know people who do white face and them not make no uproar over it.
When you ever seen about
the guy who did Nick Cannon, he did it. Yeah, Nick Cannon did it. Yeah.
Listen to me.
Nick Cannon did it.
The blackface thing is a way for ridicule. Listen to me. The blackface thing is a way for ridicule black people. Mm-hmm. And it came about in the 50s, I believe, in a cinema where they don't believe that a black man could play a part. So them blackface a white man to play a black man part. And in most cases, he's a lunatic or an idiot or an imbecile.
Yeah,
because them see us as brain.
Yeah, they're really cruel.
Some section of the population see us as brainless idiots. So it is what it is. But we have to fight these stereotypes by having programs like these that opens the mind of people and show them that people that look like me and you are not idiots.
None of us are idiots.
We're social.
I don't think anybody are idiots on either side. And we need to all treat each other like human beings. And that is it. So.
Can you make it fried? Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, man, knowledge base. So, we can wrap up the show. So, the show was a pretty enlightening show. What do you think?
Yeah, it's always there now. There's a little bit of everything when you want something.
And the good thing it shows is that you and I can dialogue and we even agree or disagree. You know, we're still friends.
You know.
So even with the other people who are taking these things so personal, not realizing it's just a dialogue. What you say to them?
They need to grow up and educate themselves. And if you see a problem and don't do anything about it, or if you notice that there's a problem and you don't do anything about it, then maybe you are the problem.
Yeah, and not only that, that dialogue means that you can learn from somebody else too.
No, but there has to be some action. Now we can't just keep attack. We need to understand each other and come to a compromise.
Right.
Or else
in a civil way, it's more easier now to listen, hear the other side, and maybe it can change your opinion to even make yourself even better than the person that you are.
No, not necessarily. Now, I see that people need to come to the realization when there is a problem, how do we fix the problem?
How to take dialogue, right?
No, but not. I'm just saying. You're saying dialogue. Dialogue alone.
You take dialogue, but you have to have a willingness to change as well.
You and I could both talk, but we're just talking about our position and we never move.
Yeah.
We have to come to some form of agreement.
Well, I mean, I guess in our terms, if we were now to change viewpoints, then yeah. But when it comes to now, like policies and all of these things, there have to be movement from one side or the other to justify that, the dialogue move to action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree on that. But we're setting our own corners that we fail to even dialogue, even amongst differential Republican, Democrat, conservative, liberal. All we do is fight and see that our corner is the corner that we're going to stay in without even understanding the other side or even attempt to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that dialogue can be something that make us even understand each other more. That is what I think. Yeah, man.
True.
So, knowledge base, take care of yourself here, my brother.
All right.
Thanks for joining Unscripted Anything Goes. Sorry, thanks for joining 5 Minutes Uncut. Yeah, man.
Love and
tell the people then bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, later. Bye-bye, people.